Good day, everyone. I'm Kimi Sevilla, a first-year mechanical engineering student from Colegio de Muntinlupa. We are going to talk about a water-fueled car, researched by Dr. Osama Shaltmi from the Department of Earth Sciences, Faculty of Science, Benghazi University, Libya. What is a water-fueled car? A water-fueled car is an automobile that uses water as fuel or produces fuel from water on board with no energy input. The process of electrolysis can split water into hydrogen and oxygen, but it takes as much energy to take apart a water molecule as was released when the hydrogen was oxidized to form water. It was said here the name water-powered car is misleading. Why? The power to move the vehicle actually comes from the burning of hydrogen, which is derived through electrically splitting water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen gases through electrolysis. In burning the hydrogen gas, water vapor is produced, meaning that combustion is clean, which is why it is of interest of the automotive industry who are striving to adopt cleaner technologies. Water-powered cars has long been shrouded in skepticism and controversy ever since it was invented. Many scientists believe that the energy it takes to split hydrogen from water outweighs the energy output you get from the hydrogen combustion to power the car. Are the claims of functioning water-fueled cars and its history? We have six of them. First one is the Garrett electrolytic carburetor, which is invented in 1935. Next one is Stanley Mayer's water fuel cell, which is invented in 1980. The third one is the Dennis Klein from 2002, Genepac's water energy system, Dr. Ghulam Sarwar, and lastly, Agha Wagar Ahmad. First one is we're going on to the Garrett electrolytic carburetor, which was invented in 1935. It is said here that Charles H. Garrett allegedly demonstrated a water-fueled car for several minutes, which was reported on September 8, 1935. And by that, the car generated hydrogen by electrolysis, as can be seen by examining Garrett's patent, issued by that same year. This patent includes drawings which show carburetors similar to an ordinary float-type carburetor, but with electrolysis placed in the lower portion, and where the float is used to maintain the level of the water. Garrett's patent fails to identify a new source of energy. This is the picture of the carburetor. Next one, we're going to Stanley Mayer's water fuel cell in 1980. It is said here that at least as far as back as 1980, Stanley Mayer claimed that he had built a Dune buggy. A Dune buggy is a low, wide-wheeled motor vehicle for recreational driving on sand, which the Dune buggy that ran on water, although he gave consistent explanations as to its mode of operation. In some cases, he claimed that he had replaced the spark plugs with a water splitter, while in other cases, it was claimed to rely on a fuel cell that split the water into hydrogen and oxygen. The fuel cell, while he claimed was subjected to an electrical resonance, would split the water mist into hydrogen and oxygen gas, which would then be combusted to water vapor in a conventional internal combustion engine to produce net energy. Mayer's claims were never independently verified, and in Ohio court in 1996, he was found guilty of gross and egregious fraud. Although he died of mannerism in 1998, it was considered that they have conspiracy theories claim that he was poisoned or killed. Then, this is Stanley Mayer's water fuel cell. Next one, we're going to Dennis Klein in 2002. Here we are, we get a hydrogen technology applications, which in 2002, the HTA, or the Hydrogen Technology Applications, patented an electrolyzer design and trademarked the term aquagen to refer the hydrogen-oxygen gas mixture produced by the device. It is originally developed as an alternative to oxyacetylene welding. The company claimed to be able to run a vehicle exclusively on water via the production of aquagen and invoke an unproven state of matter called magna gases and a discredited theory about magnecules to explain the results. At present, the company no longer claims it can run a car exclusively on water and is instead marketing aquagen production as a technique to increase fuel efficiency, thus making it hydrogen fuel enhancement rather than a water-fueled car. The example of a Dennis Klein fueled car. Next one, we're going to the Genepax water energy system. In June 2008, Japanese company Genepax unveiled a car it claimed ran on only water and air. By that, the company said it cannot reveal the core part of this invention yet, but it disclosed that the system used an onboard energy generator, which is called the membrane electrode assembly. It is to extract the hydrogen using a mechanism which is similar to the method in which hydrogen is produced by a reaction of metal hydride and water. The hydrogen was then used to generate energy to run the car. This led to speculations that the metal hydride is consumed in the process and is ultimate source of car's energy, making a hydride-fueled hydrogen on demand vehicle rather than the water fueled as claimed. On the company's website, the energy source is explained to the words chemical reaction only. The science and technology magazine Popular Mechanics described Genepac's claims as rubbish, since they claimed that their vehicle ran on only water and air. Then, it was described here that it making it a dehydrated fuel vehicle only. And in early 2009, Genepax announced they were closing their website, citing large development cost. Then here is the picture of the Genepax fueled car. Next one, we're going to Dr. Ghulam Sarwar. In December 2011, Pakistani Dr. Ghulam Sarwar claimed he had invented a car that can only run on water. By that, at the time he invented the car was claimed to use 60% water and 40% fuel or diesel. But that inventor was working to make it run in only water. Probably by the end of June 2012, it was further claimed the car emits only oxygen rather than the usual carbon. Here is the picture of Dr. Ghulam Sarwar water-fueled car. Next one, we're going to Agha Wakar Ahmad, which Pakistani man Agha Wakar Ahmad claimed in July 2012 to have invented a water-fueled car by installing a water kit for all kind of automobiles. And by that, it consists of cylindrical jar that holds the water, a bubbler, and a pipe leading to the engine. He claimed the kit used electrolysis to convert water into HHO, which is then used as fuel. The kit required use of distilled water to work. Ahmed claimed he has been able to generate more hydrogen than any inventor because of undisclosed calculations. He applied for a patent in Pakistan, Some Pakistani scientists said that Aga's invention was a fraud that violates the laws of thermodynamics. This is a low quality picture since I can't find a high quality picture of his car. Then going on to the comparison of hydrogen and gasoline as fuel. As you can see here, there's a difference between the hydrogen fuel cell and the gasoline combustion, which is stated and calculated in the picture that is shown. And here, hydrogen produces 2.7 times energy produced per fuel mass by the gasoline. Then going on, we have technologies used in water-fueled cars. The first one is electrolysis. Electrolysis is a technique that uses direct electric current, or what we call DC, to drive an otherwise non-spontaneous chemical reaction. By this, it is the process of electrolysis can split water into hydrogen and oxygen, but it takes as much energy to take apart a water molecule and as a release when the hydrogen was oxidized to form water. In fact, some energy would be lost in converting water to hydrogen and then burning the hydrogen because some waste heat would always be produced in the conversions itself. Releasing chemical energy from water in excess or in equal proportion to the energy is required to facilitate such production, would therefore violate the first and second law of thermodynamics. Also, we are taught that this can't work in car due to less energy that is produced. Going on to the Japanese water car. It had an electricity powered car was made, and it had a then it got a MEA, or the membrane electrode assembly, which was used to produce hydrogen from water involving a chemical reaction. But unfortunately, it didn't reveal the reaction. Next, the generator was used to take hydrogen from water, then release the electron and generate electrical power. Its performance was 1 liter is to 80 kilometer per hour. Next one is we're going to hydrogen boosters. Hydrogen boosters are onboard electrolysis fuel cells, which have hydrogen at cathode and oxygen at anode. It had 1 to 3% electrolyte solution. Then we have the brown gas, which includes H2 and O2 mix in 2:1 ratio. It burns clean and produces high combustion gas, which can be called as E-gas or brown gas. Then lastly, after production of H2 and O2 from hydrogen boosters, brown gas is formed that can be stored but readily be used as fuel. Then, going on to the advantages of hydrogen boosters. In here, we have 6 advantages. First one is to increases engine life. Second, it improves gas mileage. Third one, it clean emission. Fourth, versatile, or it can work with any IC engine. Fifth, acts as octane booster to fuel mixture. And lastly, increases horsepower output of engine. Then going on to the conclusion, first one was there are a lot of failure were accounted by engineers and scientists. Actual water fuel car has not been manufactured and approved by the technological fraternity. Which the problem with water-powered cars isn't with using hydrogen to power the vehicle, but the problem remains in how to attain this from water in the car while not having to expend huge amounts of energy and electrolysis. Cars can actually run perfectly fine on hydrogen in place of gasoline. Some future developments are focused on storing surpluses of energy produced from renewable sources, such as hydrogen, by using the unused energy to power electrolysis and using hydrogen to power vehicles. And then we have hydrogen boosters and water to gas technology have great future ahead. Indeed, there still needs to have revolutionary step forward in their design in order to make them truly clean and viable for widespread adoption. It's been many years since the technology was first considered, but we have yet to see any car manufacturer come close. Future for water-powered cars is uncertain yet. Again, this is the water-fueled car, which is researched by Dr. Osama, Shaltmi, and thank you for listening to you all, and God bless.